Well, hello everyone. It is your guy Alex here, the one and only with your game previews for every single week. Welcome to the game previews for game 8 of the high school basketball season this season. It is the Armymen versus the Brownseast Bears in game 8 starting next week. The Armymen overcame the Spikers, putting the Spikers in a very bad position, and making sure that they are not able to get to the tournament and the playoff round and the championship round. The Armymen were able to overcome the Spikers, beating them 121 to 118. If we take a look back at this game here and see what the Armymen did in this game to see what they will have to overcome against the Bears. The Armymen in the first quarter scored 35 points. Second quarter they scored 32, and then in the half they did their halftime. Third quarter they scored 22 points, which gave the Spikers the advantage with 24 points. And then in the last quarter, they scored 32 points, which got them 121, and with the Spikers having 118. The possessions, the Armymen overcame by 1 point, which they had 9-8-6-9, which got them 32. The Spikers had 9-7-6-9, which got them 31. And then the thing is, let's talk about the players. Tatum Parker spent 48 minutes into the game. May want to take a look at him. He had 23 points in the game, 5 3-pointers, 4 2-pointers, and then he also had 1 assist. He had 1 assist, and that's what he had. Alan Parker had 21 points, and he had 7 3-pointers, and he had no 2-pointers, and he had 4 assists. Kevin Jones had put up 24 points. And then he also made 8 3-pointers. He did not make no 2-pointers. And he had 2 assists. So you may want to look at Kevin Jones as well. Trajan Alexander put up 23 points, not that far behind from Alan Parker and Kevin Jones. He pulled out 5 3-pointers, 4 2-pointers, and he had 2 assists. Jaden West had 30 points. He pulled out 8 3-pointers, 3 2-pointers, and he had 2 assists. So you may want to look at him as well. You may also want to look at Jaden Andy for this upcoming game against the Bears, because he also did a lot as well this season. Well, let's take a look at these points here. Well, let's take a look at what took place from last game. The previous game, the Armymen overcame the Spikers in points. Now one of these teams had turnovers, point in the paint, second chance points, or fast break points. They did have starter points. They did not have bench points or rebounds. The Armymen had 11 assists, and the Spikers had 9. They had no turnovers, steals, or blocks. They had 100% field goals, 100% three-pointers, and 100% two-pointers. Each team did not have free throws. So let's see what was that's not all you really need to know for the Spikers. The Spikers' record this season is 4-3. The Armymen's record is 4-3. One more win next week, and they will be on the verge to entering the tournament, the tournament round. So here are the players you may want to look at. Kendrick Brown, 30 points, 30.0 points, 1.7 assists, and 0.7 rebounds this season. Another person you may want to look at, Jaden West, 30.0 points, 2.0 assists, and no rebounds. Another one you may want to look at is James Jones, 27.0 points and 1.5 assists. Joshua Harris, 25.7 points, 2.0 assists, and 0.3 rebounds. You may want to take a look at him as well. Alex Allen, 25.5 points, 2.0 assists, and 1.0 rebounds. Jack Noan, 25.5 points, 2.3 assists, and 0.5 rebounds. May want to take a look at him as well. Another person I just mentioned, which is Jaden Andy, 25 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. Trajan Alexander, 23.3 points, 1.7 assists, and 7 rebounds so far this season. Justin Davidson, 22.5 points, 2.5 assists, and no rebounds. Kevin Jones, the same. Paul David, the same. Kyle Morris, 21 points, 3 assists, and no rebounds. Kyle Morrison, 20 points, 2 assists, and no rebounds. Alan Parker, 19.7 points, 3.7 assists, and no rebounds. Tatum Parker, 17.7 points, 1 assist, no rebounds. Axel Kinney, 18 points, 1 assist, and 1.0 rebounds. Those are all the teams you may want to look at. Those are all the players you may want to look at on this lineup. Well, the teams who will be playing in the game against the players who will be playing in the game against the Bears will be most likely Kendrick Brown, James Jones, Joshua Harris, Jack Noan, and Justin Davidson. Those will be the 5 that will be on the court for the Armymen. Last 3 games from the Armymen before this matchup against the Bears. Against the Bears, they lost to the Red Wolves on January 1st. And then they were able to pick up a win against Thunder on January 8th. And they picked up a win against the Spikers on January 15th. And they also picked up a win against Thunder on December 12th. That was 2 wins back-to-back against Thunder. Armymen is looking to do it for West Division. Well, let's backtrack to last season and see the final matchup between between Armymen and the Bears. The Bears came out on top 86-82. And then they also beat the Armymen twice in the season. It was 112-111. The Armymen lost at home. So we will have to see what this game is shooting for. It is the final game. It is the final game. The final game for Armymen. Well, let's see what the Bears are shooting for. As the Bears took on the Bear Cubs just not yesterday. The Bears in the first quarter put up 32 points. Then in the second, they put up 30. Third, they put up 26. And then in the fourth, they put up 18. The Bears were able to overcome the Bear Cubs 106-99. The possessions, the possessions, the Bear Cubs won that as the Bears had 9-9, 6-4, which got them 28. The Bear Cubs had 9-10, 6-4, which got them 29. Players you may want to look at in this game is most likely Paul Alexander, as he was able to pull out 14 points. And then he was also able to pull out 4 3-pointers, 1 2-pointer, and he had one assist and 1 steal. Another person you may want to look at is Kendrick Downfield. Never doubt him. Kendrick Downfield is always good on the court. 21 points, 7 3-pointers, no 2-pointers, 2 assists in the game, and that was really about it for him. Another person you may want to look at, Jason Hill, 23 points. And let's see what he did. One 2-pointer, and he was also able to hit 7 of those 3-pointers. Another person you want to look at is Travis Jones, 26 points, 8 3-pointers, 1 2-pointer, and 2 assists from Travis Jones. And then another one you want to look at is Lincoln Matthews, 22 points, 6 3-pointers, 2 2-pointers, and 3 assists. So you may wanna look at him as well. You may wanna look at those 5 players that were on the court. Well, this season the Bears are 4-3. They have the same record as the Armymen right now. So the Bears and the Armymen are both in the East Division, and they are looking at 4-3 right now. They are both in the same position right now. Players you may want to look at in this game, I would say all of them you want to look at. First is Aiden McCaffrey, 26.5 points, 2 assists, no rebounds. Number 14, Travis Jones, 26 points, 1.3 assists, and 7 rebounds. Kendrick Townhall, 25.3 points, 1.3 assists, and 5 rebounds. Paul Alexander, 23.5 points and 1 assist. Caleb Dean, 22 points, 2 assists, and no rebounds. Mason Speaks, 21.5 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. Kendrick Downfield, the one you can't doubt, 21.5 points, 1.5 assists, and no rebounds. Jamar Johnson, 20.8 points, 2.4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kylie Anderson, 20.5 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Jaden Morgan, 20.3 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Jason Moore, who is out for the season, and I forgot to mention it. Yes, Jason Moore is out for the season. He shall return around the tournament or the playoffs. He is out due to a knee injury, but he has 19.5 points, 1.5 assists, and no rebounds. Jason Hill, 19.3 points, 1.3 assists. Lincoln Matthews, 19.3 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Jaden Blackwell, 17 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Justin Henry, 17 points, 2.5 assists, and 1 rebound. And Caden Brownfield, 8 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. So they just may likely put Caden in the game against the Armymen. That is your game previews for Game 8. It is Armymen at Bears Game 8. These are your game previews.